So thank you for talking to me. I appreciate it. It's been a while since I've talked to you. I think the last interview was for Dark Crystal that I talked to you.
Oh, Jesus, yeah, that's a while.
So starting with Good Sam, what was it about the role or the script that made you think you had to do it?
I've got teenage daughters, one's 19, and that whole thing of letting go of thinking that you are the puppet master and realizing that they're surpassed you in navigating the world, and they look at you like some kind of antediluvian fossil, and that the heart of this was a father and daughter, and also the raging debate all around that, you know, should old white men be running things, and should they be moving aside even if they're experienced and able, and that kind of live debates that I've had so often with so many of my friends and family and daughters, and to see that made flesh in a medical drama, and also not just the subject matter but the people running it. You know, Katie West, who writes this, is that example of this brilliant young woman who is not only running it, because when you're a showrunner on a show, you don't just write the scripts. You are the queen of the kingdom. You have hundreds of employees, and she's running it in such a different style from any of the men I've ever encountered, in such an extraordinary way, and she gives out such a collaborative energy. I don't want to oversimplify the notion that all women lead in the same way, but she herself specifically is this most extraordinarily inspiring leader. And I just, having spoken to her and engaged with her, I wanted to jump in and see what the experience was like when, and it's such an entirely different flavor and such an entirely different work atmosphere. I'm loving it, and I'm appreciating that it reflects what the scripts are about and this discussion going on in society.
So the other thing I wanted to ask you, and I know some of the other actors got to talk about this at the panel, but you really didn't. Do you have a hard time remembering and saying kind of the hard doctor jargon, and also even maybe like performing, fake performing procedures and making them look accurate? Because it does seem like, from what you guys were saying, that you're definitely trying to be medically accurate.
Yeah, we've got my medical advisors and there's people on hand. There's actually surgeons do the close-up hand stuff, but nobody watches for that. I mean, it's quite fun to see the prosthetic hearts beating, or pipes, or lungs, or spines, or whatever. But no, that's not really why people are watching. They're watching for the human dilemmas, and the cases and characters are only there to illustrate or exacerbate or in some way contrast with what's going on with the people. No, I don't. I mean, the words, there's not that many medical words. Don't bother using them, because there's no point alienating the audiences at home. Right. And the great thing about filming is you get it wrong, you just go again. And you get it wrong, you go again. You just keep going until you get it right, And if you can't get it right, you've got a mask on, so you do it later. Particularly in the operating theatre. No, the stuff that we practice is not the minutiae of the operation, because you're only going to cut to that for a very small period of time. It's working seamlessly together. It's a dance. It's an elaborate and beautiful dance. The way they wordlessly, the way they pass the tools and instruments to each other and hold pieces of the body of each other and swab things down, and we practice. And again, A, we practice, and B, you can cut. It's not like we're doing great big long Fred and Ginger dance routines. So we both practice it. We get, actually, funnily enough, we get together on Sundays often because it's fun. We're all away from home, and we meet and cook and talk through the script and any fun stuff that happens off camera, any things we refer to, and any things we haven't got time to do on set. And when we're not filming, we'll get together and practice around the fake bodies and with the medical advisors. So no, I don't find that stuff hard. It's part of the fun of the show. We're doing a medical show. We get to walk in fake doctors' shoes. What's hilarious is how some of the cast think that they could actually do these operations because they can do it on screen, which is like me thinking, because I've played soldiers a few times, that I wouldn't be curled up in a ball crying for my mum under the table should real bullets start flying. But anyway, it's not for me to burst their bubble.
Now, is there anything?
I would just say, if you're a member of the public and you're on a plane and there's a medical crisis, and you see one of the cast of Good Sam, don't be calling to us for help.
Yeah, don't ask. Is there something though that you do find difficult?
Yeah, I mean, acting is difficult. It's not that there's a misconception what acting is. It's not learning the things that are on the page, the scripts that come. It's not learning the words or doing those actions. It's why are you saying those things? What does it mean? Like, what's really going on for you? No one's interested in anybody saying what they mean. You'd switch that off in 2 seconds, or in problems between people getting resolved by them having lovely, clear conversations. Like, it's the hidden fault lines of human behavior. It's the stuff we lie to ourselves about, the stuff we're hiding from other people, how we're trying to manipulate each other. And remember, you shoot all these scenes out of order, and you only get the script the week that you're shooting it, so you're not quite sure, where the characters' secrets are and where they are, and so it's making sure that when they say action, not that you're doing what's on the page, but that you're doing all the things that aren't on the page. And that's continually difficult because you have to be both. You don't want to plan it. I don't ever want to plan anything. I never plan a scene. I don't know what's going to happen in it. I somewhere in the back of my mind, I know roughly what I'm going to say, but I don't really know what's going on between the human beings in it on the level that you're engaging with as an audience member. But I have to go, wait, this happens at the end, and this, and this will already have happened. Where will I be? What kind of mood will I be in? How will I be feeling about this person? How will they be feeling about me? And then you improvise the dance. So yeah, the stuff I find hard is the stuff I always find hard, which is why I love doing it, which is walking in someone else's shoes. What are they feeling? What are they thinking? How is everything that's ever happened to them colored the way they're reacting emotionally to this moment? And those things are both hard to do and hard because you have to hold them lightly. It has to be there, but not there. If you're thinking about it, you'll just be tense, and then you won't be an empty vessel for the moment to happen spontaneously.
Right.
I want stuff. I don't plan anything, and that's very different to some of the other younger actors who have planned every moment meticulously, and then I come in there as some agent of chaos, and we see what happens.
Do you have any other projects really quick that you want to kind of promote besides Good Sam and that
Oh my God, there's tons. There's a ton of films coming out. There's a ton of films I'm going to make. Mass is out. It's a beautiful film about the necessary power of forgiveness. How forgiveness, of relieving yourself of the burden of hate and blame, how it only poisons you. We live in an increasingly divided world where blame is weaponized, was by the last president and will be, I'm sure, by future politicians, and meet people. Those people you think are responsible for everything wrong with the world, meet some of them, and you'll be amazed by how much you have in common. And that's what Mass is about.
All right. Okay, I do have one more thing, if I may, although I don't think you're going to answer this anyway, but I'm going to ask. The last time I talked to you, when we talked about the OA, you had said that you knew where your character was headed. Is there anything at all you can tell me about that, since it's probably not coming back at this point?
I can tell you I had breakfast with Zal and Britt recently in New York, and it was one of the most fantastic breakfasts I've ever had. I adore them, and the OA lives strong in our heads, at least. We have not put Happen Prairie to bed for us.
Right. Fair enough. Now people are going to be freaking out you said that, but fair enough.
No, just for us. Just
no,
for us.
I know.
But we are not able to move on. That's for sure. I doubt whether we'll ever have an encounter where we move on, and it looms large in all of our imaginations.